Governor, during the 125th legislature, you led the way to reduce the tax burden on Mainers. So congratulations on that. In fact, it's the largest tax cut in Maine's history. How is it that right now you're getting pushback from Democrats in particular about putting more money back into the pockets of Mainers?
Well, it's politics. In 1952, a Democratic politician by the name of Adlai Stevenson said, "I offer my opponents a bargain. If they stop telling lies about me, I'll stop telling the truth about them." I say this because for 2 years I've heard nothing from the Democrats other than the tax cuts were passed for the rich. 70,000 Mainers with the lowest income will not have to pay taxes in the new year. This represents the largest tax cut in Maine history. For Democrats to call this a tax cut for the rich is simply not true, especially when they voted for it.
Now, those tax cuts, they also affect some of Maine's most vulnerable, our elderly, in fact, right?
Absolutely. We also eliminated taxes charged on meals in retirement homes. Again, no tax cut for the rich there. Just common sense reforms that takes the tax burden off some of the most vulnerable people in the state of Maine.
More than 450,000 Mainers will see a tax break in 2013 because of the changes that you led the way on. But there's already a push by Democrats to increase the tax rates to the higher rates of the past. What do you say to Democrats whose solution is a tax hike?
Maine families have to pay their bills. State of Maine ought to as well. I cannot support taking the money out of the pockets of hardworking Mainers. Maine cannot afford to go backwards. We must put more money where it's needed, in the pockets of Maine people, not Maine government.
Now, you made the point about the economy. You made that tax cuts can stimulate an economy. We know that. Your strength is the fact that you understand business, you understand the bottom line, you understand finances. How important are these tax cuts to Maine businesses, both big and small?
Well, it is all about the bottom line. The government gives tax breaks, say in the form of equipment tax exemptions, and business are able to invest that money somewhere, perhaps in expansions, new equipment, or more jobs. Business cannot flourish if they're struggling to make payroll every week.
Can you give Mainers specific examples of how your administration has alleviated that tax burden?
Sure. We created a tax break for capital investment, which provides immediate tax relief for investment made in Maine by existing companies or new companies. That exemption is expected to create $31 million in contribution into our economy in the next few years. We also removed the sales tax on aircraft parts and rebuilding. Businesses are no longer being penalized for the number of days their aircraft stay in the state of Maine. During the last 18 months, an aircraft company in Bangor has gone from 25 employees to 60. Just last week, C&L Aerospace announced its expansion. It is my hopes that the businesses will continue to grow. However, Maine, for the third year in a row, has been ranked dead last, making us the worst state in the country to do business, according to the Forbes magazine. Investment capital goes where it's welcome, and it stays where it's appreciated. Think about that. So while we made modest changes to our tax structure during the last 2 years, we have a lot more to do. We must make structural changes in Maine if we're going to continue to move forward. I'm asking Democrats and Republicans to do what's best for Mainers. Let's allow Maine people to keep moving forward and their hard-earned money kept in their pockets. We know there's a lot more to be done. But as Ronald Reagan once told both parties, put on your work shoes, we're still on the job. And when we put Mainers first, I know we'll make the right decisions for the entire state.